Peace and love, family. I just want to come to you real briefly just to share something that I think that's really like flying under the radar and over people's heads. And I just wanted to make a mention about this whole lawsuit that's currently taking place right now against Harvard University versus the United States government. Have y'all heard about that? Harvard University is suing the United States government for withholding $2.2 billion in funding to their institution because the government wants Harvard to crack down on their students who hold hostile sentiment against Israel. So the students that are rising up and taking to the campus and protesting against the war, Israel has stepped in and decided that they wanted to shut all that down. And they're using the United States government to do it. And they was like, no, we're not going to do that. They wanted them to release um, files on students who were like, I guess, the leaders of these protests or what have you. And Harvard said no. And so they threatened. They was like, okay, we're not going to give you funding, $2.2 billion. And what does that mean? What does that look like? Because that goes right into the U.S. Constitution. They was really like just like shaking all that up. Freedom of speech. If students, small hat students on a campus feel uncomfortable, their parents, their rich small hat parents, all get together as they usually do, and they strong arm in these institutions. The government is claiming that they want to save American lives. Family, check this out. By banning students on these institutions who are hostile against American values. There's some law specialists who say that the government can win the case because they don't have to fund the institution, right? They're not obligated to give Harvard any money. And they're saying Harvard can win the case and that they don't have to open up their files to the government for anybody. They don't have to do that. So they'll win the case in the court. They'll win that side of the court case. But that's no guarantee that they can't force the government to give them any money. So this is some interesting dynamics at play right now. The freedom of speech is on the line to where if students say anything that is against not even a government, against Israel, they can be, chastised to where they won't even get funding. And the U.S. government is doing this on behalf of Israel. So actually, the government was going after a lot of these big name institutions, Columbia, Princeton, Brown, but Harvard is the only one who didn't fold. The rest of them folded, and and the government got their wish. I know it's a whole lot currently going on right now in America, in all different facets of the society, but this thing is huge, and I don't think enough people really understand the importance of this matter. All right, family, I just want to put that on your radar. Take care of each other out there. Peace.